This is Michelle and Kim here this evening, bringing you Yoga 8 online. Tonight's class will be a just gentle healing class, but be sure to create a little bit of space around you, wherever you are, your living room or your bedroom or whatever. Be sure there's not some small furniture that you're gonna run into or anything really close to you. And be sure to grab your mat. If you want a light blanket for your knees or for your lower back, feel free to grab that, and anything else that you feel you need to feel super comfortable and super ready for healing class. And when you are ready, we will start lying on our backs, just lying flat. And you can extend your legs, allowing them to be straight. Or if you prefer to bend your knees, feel free to do that. You can bend the knees with the bottoms of the feet coming together in Baddha Konasana or butterfly pose. And you can also bend the knees with the knees pointing to the sky and the bottoms of the feet on the earth. Whatever feels more comfortable for you and your body, feel free to do what you need. And allow yourself a moment to arrive fully in this moment, in this space, in time. Take a big inhale in through your nose. Let it go through your mouth. One more cleansing breath together. Big inhale in. And exhale, let it go. Allow your eyes to close or soften your gaze. And begin to become aware of the room that you're in. Notice through your five senses what you notice. What do you hear? What do you smell? Is there a taste in your mouth? If your eyes are open, what do you see with your eyes? And if they're closed, what do you see in your mind's eye? And what do you feel touching you? The earth beneath you, the air on your skin. And with very little effort, begin to bring your awareness into your physical body. Maybe you scan from head to toe, down one side, and toe to head, up the other side. Or maybe you just notice what wants to reveal itself within your body. How does your body feel? Is there any places where you are holding tension or tightness? Any spot where you can create a little more space, a little more openness? First, just notice. Allow yourself to observe how your physical body feels in this moment. And then become aware of your breath. Noticing first that you are, in fact, breathing today, which is a gift. Notice where your breath is hanging out on its own. Are you breathing deeply and fully? Or is the breath a bit more short and choppy? Or perhaps somewhere in between? And with very little effort, to begin to deepen your inhales and lengthen your exhales. If you found any sticky spots within your body, any tight places where you're holding stress or tension. Envision sending the air directly to those places within your body, allowing them to create space, open up. The air even wraps around the sticky and the yuck, and as you exhale, release whatever you're holding in those places. Allow the power of the breath to cleanse your entire body. Allow your awareness to come to your mind space. Noticing what thoughts are taking up space in your mind today. Without judging yourself or chastising yourself for being human and having thoughts, just notice what thoughts are hanging out. Maybe they've been hanging out there all day today, or for a few months, or maybe even years, or maybe they're newer thoughts. But just notice them. And whatever you notice going on in your mind space today, envision sending your breath to your mind. With the inhale, breathe in the air, let it wrap around your thoughts, anything that you may be holding on to in your mind and your soul. And as you exhale, let those things go. Let them become light and be lifted up and away from you. If you would like to set an intention for your practice today, I invite you to do so. An intention can be a word or a phrase. It can be an image. It can be a person. Maybe it's yourself. The intention serves as your anchor in each present moment, so that when you realize that your mind is wandering, and it wanders, it happens, you can gently bring your mind back to that intention and keep you rooted in the present moment. So I invite you to consider that intention. If nothing comes to mind, perhaps you consider your intention being gratitude, just being grateful for being alive today. You have selected your intention or allowed it to select you. Take a big inhale in through your nose and let it go through your mouth. One more time, we'll seal it in together. Big inhale in through the nose. And an open mouth exhale. Allow your breath to return to a normal pace without effort. And when you feel ready, if your knees are straight, bend them. And if you're in Baddha Konasana, let your knees come together. And let your feet rest on the earth about hip width apart. Let the heels come as close to your bum as you can get them. And then allow your right ankle to cross over top of your left foot. And if you want some extra hip opening here, you can bring a hand to that right thigh and just gently give it some encouragement. Not pushing, pulling, tugging, forcing, just allowing. Just giving it a little bit of pressure. Option 1, you stay right where you are. Option 2, you begin to walk the left foot closer toward your bum. And option 3, the left foot lifts. Your hands go between your legs and you can grab the back of your thigh or the front of your knee. And if that knee is lifted, press the lower back firmly into the earth. And notice what you feel here. Where are you feeling sensation in your body? Perhaps in the right hip, or perhaps in the knee. If you feel pain at any point, please come out of the pose or release to a different option. Take a big inhale, drawing the knee close toward you if it's lifted. And as you exhale, bring the left knee and the right foot over to the left side of your mat. So the outside of the left knee will fall to or toward the earth, and the right foot, the bottom of the foot, will come to or toward the earth. Then extend your right arm and look to your right side. That feels complete. On an inhale, bring the knee and ankle back to center. If your left foot is lifted, lower it to the earth, and then lower your right foot to the earth. If you need to take a moment to windshield wipe those knees side to side, feel free to do so. And when you're ready, we'll come back to those feet being about hip width apart. When you get your feet to about hip width apart, cross your left ankle over top of your right knee, opening that left hip. And again, if you want to bring a hand to that left thigh, not pushing, pulling, tugging, or forcing, just giving it a little bit of extra support, feel free to do that. And our options are the same on this side. If you want to stay where you are, feel free to do that. If you want to bring the right foot toward your bum, feel free to do that. Or you can lift the right foot, bringing the knee and ankle toward your belly or toward your chest. Another option with the right leg is to extend the right leg straight toward the sky or toward the wall behind you. And if your foot is lifted, press your lower back into the earth to give it some support. Take a big inhale here. And as you exhale, send the knee and foot over to the right side of your mat. So the outside of the right knee is coming to or toward the earth. The bottom of the left foot comes to or toward the earth. And extend your left arm looking toward your left. And if there's someone on your left, give them a big smile. Continue to allow your breath to be natural and unforced. And when you're ready, bring the knee and ankle back to center. If your right foot is lifted, lower it to the earth. And then lower your left foot to the earth. Let your feet go as wide as your mat, and then meet your knees up in the middle. Take a big inhale as you send your knees over to the right side of your mat, and as you exhale, send them to the left side. And continue windshield wiping them side to side, moving at the pace of your breath. When you feel complete here, come back to center with those knees. Bring the feet together, allowing the bottoms of the feet to touch in Baddha Konasana. If you have already done this, I promise we're doing something a little bit different this time. So if you haven't done this and you want to try it, go for it. So leave your left foot in Baddha Konasana where it is, and then bring your right knee to center. So the bottom of that right foot may come to the earth. Then hug the right knee in toward your belly. Give it a hug. Give it a squeeze. And on your next exhale, wrap that knee around the ribs toward your right shoulder. You can turn your ankle if you would like here in circular motion in one direction and in the other direction. And if you would like to find a half happy baby here with that right foot, lift the bottom of the foot toward the sky. The knee stays bent and the hand comes to grab the bottom of the foot or the big toe. So we're in half Baddha Konasana with the left leg and happy baby. I was almost gonna say butterfly pose. Half happy baby in the right leg. And if you would like to find ninja baby, feel free to straighten that right leg. So allow yourself this time to do whatever your body needs, whatever your body is asking of you. And when you're ready, you can lower that right foot to meet the left in Baddha Konasana. And once you get there, let the left knee come toward the sky, bottom of the left foot coming toward the earth. Leave your right leg in half Baddha Konasana. And on an inhale, draw your left knee in toward your belly. Wrap your hands around the knee if you wish, or around the back of the thigh. Give it a hug. Maybe you even tell your knee, thank you for all you've done for me today. And on an exhale, wrap that knee around your ribs toward your left shoulder. Hug it toward that shoulder, and maybe you turn your ankle in a nice circular motion in one direction and in the other direction. And then if you wish to find that half happy baby here with the left leg, let the bottom of the foot rise toward the sky, knees stay bent, hand comes to the bottom of the foot or you grab the big toe. And again, if you would like to find ninja baby, you can straighten that leg. You can keep it straight or you can move between straight and bent knee. Take another round of breath here. And at the bottom of your exhale, allow that foot to lower and meet the right. If this feels really nice on your body and you want to stay right where you are, please feel free to do so. If you need a little bit of extra hip opening, you can bring those hands gently to either thigh and just give them a little weight. Or if this is too much but you want to stay here, you can grab 2 blocks or a blanket and a blanket or books, whatever you've got lying around, and prop your knees up. You can place the block or books or whatever you have on either side of your knee. And when you're ready to come out of this pose, let the knees come together and touch. Take a big inhale and bring those knees in toward your belly. Wrap your hands around the front of the knees. Feel free to take a moment to sway side to side, front to back, allowing your body to receive the love and the support and the care that it needs today. inhale, give those knees a big hug. Then as you exhale, send both knees over to the right side of your mat for a twist. You can extend your left arm here and look to your left to deepen that twist. If this is too much, you can straighten the right knee and have it coming out toward the mat beneath you. And it might feel nice to place your hand on the outside of the left knee or right on that thigh to just give it a little bit of weight. On your next inhale, bring that knee or those knees back to center and hug both knees in toward your belly. On your next exhale, take both knees over toward the left side of your mat, or if you need to extend that left leg, feel free to do that. And then extend your right arm, looking toward your right. If you place a hand on the outside of your knee or your thigh on the other side, feel free to do the same on this side, giving it a little bit of weight, a little bit of love. And on your next inhale, bring the knee back to center, hugging both knees in toward your belly again. And if you would like to find a full happy baby here, let your knees go wide, the bottoms of your feet come toward the sky. Grab the bottoms of the feet or the big toe with your hands. Press your lower back into the earth, and maybe you rock your baby side to side. Or it might feel nice to find Ninja Baby here, straightening one leg at a time, or both legs at once. Feel free to explore what your body needs today. When you feel complete here, roll over to your right or your left side into the fetal position. Maybe you make a pillow for your head with your hands or with your arm, or maybe you actually have a pillow right there close. Feel free to grab that if you would like. And just let yourself rest here for a few moments. When you feel ready, press a hand into the earth to lift up to your seat, and then make your way to hands and knees, tabletop position. In tabletop, our knees are stacked directly beneath the hips and wrists are stacked directly beneath the ankles. Let your fingers spread wide to give you a solid base and foundation. Take a big inhale and lower your belly toward the earth. Let your chest reach forward through your shoulders and look up toward the sky. Hold this pose. This is cow pose. And hold here as you breathe, noticing how it feels in your body. And on your next exhale, tuck your tailbone, tuck your chin, arch your back for cat pose. Press the earth away with your hands, separating the shoulder blades in your back. Then hold here, noticing what this pose feels like in your body. And then we'll put this to a little bit of movement. So on your inhales, lower the belly, let your chest reach forward and look up toward the sky for cow pose. As you exhale, draw the belly toward the sky, tuck your chin and your tailbone for cat pose. And feel free to add any additional movements here that might feel nice for your body. Feel free to move side to side, front to back. Maybe you even stretch out your neck. At the bottom of your next exhale, come back to a neutral tabletop with a long, flat back, neutral spine. Let your right hand come to the middle of your mat beneath your nose. On your inhale, reach your left arm toward the sky and look toward the sky. Hold here. I know some of you may want to thread your needle under, but just hold here. Feel this in your body. Remember to breathe. And on your next exhale, lower the left hand, place it where the right hand is. As you inhale, reach your right arm to the sky and look up. Remember your breath. And on an exhale, bring two hands back to the earth in tabletop position. On your next inhale, reach your weight forward. Let your shoulders come past your wrist and begin to draw a huge circle with your entire body. So you'll start by going to the left or the right, and then back, and then toward the opposite side, moving with your breath. And on your next complete circle, begin to draw your circles the opposite direction. And when you complete your next circle, come back to a nice neutral tabletop. Let your knees go as wide as your mat. Let the toes come to touch or toward one another. Take a big inhale. And as you exhale, reach your bum toward the heels of your feet, reaching your arms forward. Lower your upper body onto the earth for child's pose. This can be nice on the hips if you need some hip opening. It can also be a little bit much on the knees. So if you need to use a blanket here beneath your knees, feel free to do so. And if your head gets a little squished, sometimes in this pose my nose gets a little squishy, so you can put a block under your forehead or a small blanket, allowing your head a little bit of space. And let your fingers spread wide. She doesn't want to do what I want her to do. And then you can stay here or bend the elbows, allowing the hands to come together over top of your head, or you can bring the hands to the base of your neck, one over top of the other in prayer position. This helps to open those shoulders a bit more. Remember your breath. Allowing it to soothe you and heal you. A few more breaths in child's pose. feel ready to come out of child's pose, if your hands are behind your head, let them come back to the earth. Press 2 hands into the earth to lift back up to a tabletop position. And from here, we'll reach our weight forward and come onto our belly. Now, for my pregnant mamas at home, you probably know you definitely don't want to be on your belly. So if you have a baby in your belly and you want to do some of these poses with us, just come to your knees like this and allow your body to be supported by the lower legs. Allow your head, if you're on your belly, just to rest for a moment. And if you're one of my pregnant mamas, you can just allow your feet to come back, your bum to come back to your feet, and just rest. Feel free to wiggle those hips side to side. And when you're ready, bring the palms of your hands right beside your ribs. The palms will be on the earth, and the heel of your hand goes right beside your lowest rib. Allow your elbows to reach toward one another. Take a big inhale and slowly press the earth away as you lift your upper body for baby bhujangasana, baby cobra pose. As you exhale, lower all the way back down, rest your forehead. On an inhale, up we go. Inhale, baby cobra. And exhale, lower all the way down. One more time. Inhale, baby cobra. And exhale, lower all the way down. From here, we'll come into Sphinx pose. So allow your elbows to stack beneath your shoulders. Let your forearms come parallel to one another like you're making an 11 with your arms. And spread your fingers wide, pressing the fingertips into the earth. Allow all 10 toenails to remain digging into the earth. And allow your gaze to be slightly in front of your fingertips. If you feel any major dumping in your lower back, you can release back down onto your belly. For my pregnant mamas, if you want to do something similar, you can reach your arms up overhead as you inhale. And as you exhale, find what we call cactus, squeezing the shoulder blades together behind you, opening the chest. You can stay here or you can continue with the movement, inhaling straight and exhaling, bending those elbows. Take 2 more rounds of breath here, wherever you are. And on your second exhale, lower all the way down to your belly, or if you're on your knees, just lower, let your bum come toward the heels of your feet. And feel free to make a pillow with your fingers for your forehead if you're on your belly. Lift your feet to the sky, and on your inhale, send them to the right side of your mat, and on your exhale, send them to the left. Windshield wipe those feet back and forth. If you're on your knees, take a big inhale and sit up tall. As you exhale, find a twist toward your right side. And continue breathing. If you want to deepen the twist, if you're on your knees, allow your gaze to turn toward the wall behind you over your right shoulder. Keep windshield wiping those feet if you're on your belly, and if you're on knees, come back to center, take a big inhale, and then as you exhale, find a twist toward your left side. Same thing here with your gaze. If you want to deepen the twist, you can look over your left shoulder toward the wall behind you. On your next inhale, come back to center or lower those feet if you have them lifted. Press your hands into the earth when you're ready to rise. Keep the knees into the earth as well. We'll come into tabletop pose, hands and knees. And take a round of cat-cow here if you would like. bending the back, lowering the belly toward the earth, and then lifting the belly toward the sky. Or if you would like to move side to side here, draw some circles again, feel free to do that as well. And when you feel ready, let your feet come in front of you and we'll come onto our seat. Just sitting on your bum. And here we'll take a big inhale and sit up tall. As you exhale, find a twist toward your right side. Same thing here as it was with our pregnant mamas a moment ago. If you want to increase the stretch, the twist, you can look over your right shoulder toward whatever is toward your right. And on your next inhale, bring that twist back to center with a long straight spine. Then as you exhale, twist toward your left, allowing your gaze to be over your left shoulder if you wish. And on your next inhale, come back to center. When you feel ready, begin to lower slowly all the way down onto your back. Let your knees bend toward the sky and let your feet go as wide as your mat. On your inhale, send both knees to the right side, and on your exhale, send both knees to the left side. Windshield wiping back and forth, side to side, moving at the pace of your breath. And listen to your body here. If there is another pose or any other movement that your body needs before you feel ready for your final resting pose, which we call Shavasana, then take a moment to do whatever your body needs. You can reach long and to either side with hands and feet. You can keep those knees bent and find yourself a twist. You can find a bridge pose if that feels nice for your body. Whatever your body needs to be ready for Shavasana. When you feel ready to practice Shavasana and your practice for the hour feels complete, begin to make your way either flat on your back or feel free to use whatever props you may have, a pillow for your lower back or for your head, blanket for your bum. If you need extra grounding, feel free to grab a blanket or a pillow and just lay it over top of your pelvis, allowing that to bring you deeper toward the earth. And when you get settled, close your eyes or soften your gaze. Take a big inhale in through your nose. And through your mouth, let it go. One more time, big inhale, remembering your intention. Tell it thank you, and as you exhale, let it go. And release all effort from your breathing. Release all effort from your body. Release all effort from your mind. For the next few moments, you have nowhere to be but here. Nothing to do, but simply be. like to remain here and continue resting, please feel completely free to do so. When you're ready to move again, wiggle fingers and toes. Stretch your arms up overhead, reach side to side. And if it's right for you, roll over to your right or your left side in the fetal position for a few final moments to simply be. When you feel ready, begin to make your way to a seated position. Your eyes remaining closed or your gaze softened, and hands at heart center. I would like to close our practice today with the prayer of St. Patrick, because today is St. Patrick's Day. And the prayer is actually very long, so I will just read a portion of it. If you are offended by that, it is of the Christian tradition, and if that is not your tradition or if that is not cool for you, feel free to interpret as you wish, or to allow this to go through one ear and out the other. Here is part of the prayer of St. Patrick. I arise today through the strength of heaven, light of the sun, splendor of fire, speed of lightning, swiftness of the wind, depth of the sea, stability of the earth, firmness of the rock. I arise today through God's strength to pilot me, God's might to uphold me, God's wisdom to guide me, God's eye to look before me, God's ear to hear me, God's word to speak for me, God's hand to guard me, God's way to lie before me, God's shield to protect me, God's hosts to save me, from snares of the devil, from temptations of vices, from everyone who desires me ill, afar and anear, alone or in a multitude. Thank you all so very much for sharing your practice with me and with one another via the interwebs today. It is such an honor and a joy to be with you. Bringing our thumbs to our third eye, which is the middle of the forehead, we open our minds and our hearts. Namaste.
Namaste.